It is day 2 of trial. If we start with full-throated now, we're never going to survive. It's day 2.
Carrie Roberts was like witness number 40-something in the first trial, but for some reason, Brennan decided to put her on second this time around, and thank God he did. Wow. Carrie Roberts, Jennifer McCabe's mouthpiece, needs to set the stage.
So far, they've started off with 2 of the worst possible witnesses in the history of trials, Carrie Roberts and Timothy Nuttall.
He brings that out on multiple witnesses, that she left him, but did she say inside or outside or anything like that? It's like, no, but that lines up with what Karen Reed says, right?
Move on. When can we finish with this witness? Finish up and all. And yet Hank Brennan, to present the state's case, is getting to slow down the video, move the video, quicken it up what he wants to, show it again, and actually, even ask leading questions to the witness about the video instead of letting her maybe narrate this. And maybe she'll get it wrong if she narrates it. But now what you have is the prosecution. They're setting the whole narration together. Okay.
Interesting. Brennan's literally sitting there with them, playing their testimony from the last trial on screen and going through it. And it's still this different between trial 1 and 2 for the first 2 witnesses. I found that interesting.
When I brushed the snow off his face, his left eye was fine. It had an ice cube on it that I pulled off, but the right eye
had an ice cube on it.
Out to here, like a golf ball.
An ice cube? Yes. She pulled an ice cube off of his eye. Okay. Sure it wasn't glass? This is all an ice cube. Yeah, Ice Cube has entered the chat. Ice cube, iced tea. Was there an ice cube tray found nearby? Great question.
What now? What now? What now? What now? Interesting.
I told him I needed to buckle up. I swear. Jennifer. Hi, Carrie. Hi, Jennifer. I'm sure you guys are watching this. That's amazing. That's a Freudian slip. Accidentally saying, I need to buckle up and fasten my seatbelt. That is incredible. In a subconscious way, this channel is in the courtroom. Can't make this stuff up, folks.
Hello?
Yeah, I hear you. Hello.
Yeah.
Are you there?
Is this the Jennifer McCabe Witness Preparation School?
I'm sorry. Do you have a list? Can we make a chart?
Do you have some space in your class? Oh, it's full up.
Wait.
Okay. Well, thanks. I'll try you back. Okay.
That's what Brennan is trying to do. Is he's establishing the theme. He knows these people are going to be cross-examined. He knows these people are going to get torn up with their prior statements. I mean, it was no surprise to him that they were able to bring in their grand jury testimony. It was inconsistent with what their testimony or their prior trials testimony. He knew that was all going to happen, but he's putting on and repeating the same themes in all these witnesses so that the jury maybe will pick out, well, you know what, even though they're maybe not credible individually, maybe as a group, all 6 of them, maybe there's some credibility there, and maybe there is a fact in there that we can rely on.
Yeah, you can't make it up. You guys, if a Hollywood writer's room scripting this as a pilot, somebody would try to pitch this to a network as a pilot, and they would laugh him out of there. They'd laugh him out of the conference room, and they'd be like, yeah, nobody would ever believe this. Come on, it's ridiculous. She pulled an ice cube off of him.
She said something about Karen was acting all crazy, all right? And then today, she's got, Karen supposedly is walking around, and yet she's got her doing CPR, but she doesn't know what she's doing. There always has to be that kind of dig, right?
This is a very gentle start to a cross-examination, and this is appropriate.
Brennan! STFU! Jackson asked the question, Brennan. You sit down. You sit down, Brennan. Jackson can dig his own hole.
What were the circumstances under which you contacted Mr. Morrissey?
Well, during the course of this trial, the witnesses have been harassed.
That's not my question.
But I'm answering your question. Hold on.
She's getting into witness harassment. Bang, bang. Let's go.
You know, it would be laughable if it were still funny, but it's like the joke that you've heard too many times by now. It's just not really that funny anymore.
This whole recross is the wildest shit.
May I see it?
Sure.
Oh, you don't trust Jackson, Carrie? Your poor soul
I
doesn't trust.
apologize. I've already got it up here.
Doesn't trust Jackson.
Does it have a date on it, Mr.
You don't.
Jackson?
You don't
It does.
remember which lie you were telling the grand jury? Which one of your
426,
lies from
22.
Jennifer McCabe you were telling the grand jury at the time? Oh, you poor soul. I feel so bad for you.
Now we've got witness harassment and there was a first trial. This creates an opportunity for the jurors to think about all sorts of things they shouldn't, and that is not admissible. Well, what happened in the first trial? If it didn't end the first trial, maybe there'll be another trial after this, so maybe we don't have to come to a verdict. Witness harassment. Is that why they had to get rid of the first trial? All sorts of things that are being discussed that are inadmissible, that shouldn't be discussed.
You can clearly tell if you had the opportunity to look at Carrie Roberts' testimony from trial 1 compared to trial 2, you can see the changes. You can see the demeanor changes. You can see the factual changes. And what has happened in that year since? A lot of prep from the Jen McCabe School of Witness Preparation. A lot.
I've lost objectivity in this. Some of these aren't proper questions, but tell Carrie everything Jen said about her while we sit and watch. Tell her everything Jen said about her in those group texts while we sit and watch.
Objection.
Could you hear that, Ms. Roberts?
No.
Okay.
Next question.
Okay. When the judge says that to the witness, I call that coaching the witness. Could you hear that, Ms. Roberts? Let the witness answer the question as it was posed to her. Judge, what you're doing is prejudicial. It's coaching. It makes it look like you're on the side of the prosecution, and it's improper.
And then ask her if she watched Jen's testimony. I want to know. Some of them aren't proper questions. Just know that the part of me that wants the tea and the part of me that is an objective lawyer are battling with each other. Because AJ's going to have a real good time being like, you mean you didn't know Jen McCabe said this? You know, you didn't mean Jen McCabe said she's telling them everything? You mean you didn't know that this is why the timeline was getting put together?
The troopers, she's kind of setting her up. The troopers asked you, do you know anything else? Anything else that's important? And she battled him. She was like, oh, I don't know that they said that. I don't remember. He showed her report. She's like, I'm not sure. I don't remember them saying, was there anything else important? It's like, if your friend passed away and you're a witness, wouldn't you tell them everything? You're really going to hold back that somebody said I hit him, or somebody knew these things that now, as you sit here today, you basically seem like that proves her guilt. You didn't tell them that? Why would you not tell them that?
Now, you notice her demeanor has changed a little bit. Her demeanor is guarded. It is a little more hostile. You know, there's this is like a cat with its hair up, right? She doesn't like Jackson. She doesn't want to answer questions.
Do you recall that? I did not hear the question about Google being asked.
Okay. Again, she just coached her again. I am going to object on behalf of the worldwide audience to the judge coaching the witness. This is so improper. Is this allowed? Is this a thing in Massachusetts?
Every one of them is an important question, is a question in which if she just says what's off the top of her head could come back to haunt her, and she knows that. So she's asking to have it read again so that she can, you know, the wheels will turn and she'll come up with an answer that she's comfortable with. So maybe there is some hearing deficit.
I think there's a little bit.
It's more about, I know this is important. I don't want to screw this up. Let me buy myself some time. It's you know this too as a tactic of people who are listening to questioning before responding. They'll repeat the question. Why?
Right.
To buy them time to answer it the way they want to answer it.
So what did she not say? Well, she didn't say Karen called her at 5 a.m. and the first thing she said is John's dead. And again, she said she didn't take that to mean that Karen actually did this, but just that she was panicked. She didn't say anything about the taillight, Google search, praying, things like that. He just went into how those didn't make it into all of the statements. She admits that she and Jen McCabe worked together on the timeline. Their memories affected each other. I thought that was incredibly well done by Jackson to get her and Jen McCabe to basically be like this. So they've got to eat each other's warts. They are in lockstep. If one of them's talking to people, both of them are, Jen McCabe even reached out to her to say, can you call the victim's advocate? Because you have a rapport with them. I thought that was really well done by Jackson to really knit them together.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, okay. So we've got an inconsistency. Interesting. Let's see what else Jackson is going to pull out, because we know that he's about to hit a home run with Kerry Roberts, as we've already, for those of you who've already seen the trial, for those of you who haven't, oh my God, just wait. Just wait. It gets glorious.
By the way, if you're ever on the stand and they say, on this other occasion, you swore to tell the truth, right? You're having a bad day. I'm sorry for what's about to happen to you, but I'm also not sorry. So, yeah.
Yep. I testified. I didn't hear it, but I was told that
I was told.
she was asked to Google it.
Ding, 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 ding. Tag team, back again. Check
You
it, check it,
testified
let's
under
begin.
oath
Whoop,
at the
there
grand
it
jury
is.
that at some point, and yet that's what you testified to under oath, under penalty of perjury, in front of the grand jury, didn't you?
I did.
And the reason you did that.
And it's not true, is it?
I don't recall.
Would it refresh your recollection to look at a copy?
Well, it's not going to get better from here.
Interview.
Because you're done.
And that report.
Sure. Technically, I was under oath, and I did not hear.
What does that mean? Wait, whoa. Time out. Technically, I was under oath. Like Jackson said, it's like being pregnant. You can't be technically half pregnant. You were under oath or you were not under oath. The answer is yes, you were under oath. That means you have to tell the truth. And doesn't matter that you misunderstood the question. Ask the lawyer, Lally. He's on your side. You could have asked him, hey, can you clarify this? Can you please re-ask the question? I don't understand the question. You lied and you know it.
Because the jury's just like, you told the grand jury you heard it, but you didn't hear it. You were told it. So when you need to testify to what you saw, what you heard, and what you did, that's not what you did at the grand jury, is it?
My understanding is the way that it came about is they got together and went through a timeline together. And
When you say
so
they, you mean
I'm talking
Kerry
about-
Roberts and Jen McCabe.
Yes.
The next morning.
Right. That they
Right.
got together, and that's where the information came from.
You didn't know it. You were told it. That's a game of telephone, not a game of testimony.
By the way, this pinning her down slowly cutting off her avenues of escape, this is a whole skill, right? This is a whole skill set that you have to learn that is difficult, but he keeps slowly cutting off each direction she wants to run away and pinning her down and pinning her down and pinning her down.
That's when Roberts testified about. And where she got the information was where they sat down and they coordinated between the two of them. Now, that's pretty damaging.
Once you sort of say, I did a thing, then it becomes very hard to regain that. Once you sort of have broken that oath, it's like, oh, shit.
And
Not intentionally.
okay, that's the end of
Understood
this.
the question, Mr. Jackson.
All right. Is there any other question, or is that it?
I didn't hear what she just said.
I said I misunderstood the question, Mr. Jackson.
Oh, look at her anger. Oh, you can tell she's like, I am caught and I have no way out. I misunderstood the question, Mr. Jackson. You can see her channeling Jennifer McCabe, like, Jennifer, I really need you here. You need to hold my hand, at least like in theory. I will never betray you, my good friend, Jennifer. Oh, God, look at that furious anger that she is just, I mean, she is ready to kill. That's a look that can kill right there. Oh, my God, pun intended.
Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Brennan, any questions?
Oh, I bet he has fucking questions.